Council, there are some issues that I would like to announce publicly for those present. I've been a resident as long as anyone here, I believe. Spent a lot of time in American Fork Canyon with scouts camping, and I will tell you that I applaud Snowbird on a lot of the work they've done. They've made an effort to purchase the mineral rights in American Fork Canyon and close a lot of mines that were abandoned and left. And as a result, there was water coming to the surface that was loaded with heavy metals. You could tell it by the color of the stain on the rocks leading out of those mine shafts. It was a detriment to the environment, and I think they've done a yeoman's job. A lot of that property in Mineral Basin is private property. It was mined, and they picked up those. And I recognize that property rights are there. Something was mentioned about Mountain Accord. This is a group of elected officials, including mayors in Salt Lake County, including the mayor of Alta, and the mayor of Salt Lake County himself, Ben McAdams, who this resolution is directed to. I learned recently that Snowbird has offered to trade some property with the Forest Service that Snowbird controls in Little Cottonwood Canyon for 419 acres in American Fork Canyon. And that is what I oppose. I don't oppose what Mountain Accord is trying to do. There are many groups involved there. A Save Our Canyons group. There are a group that wants to see everything put into a wilderness designation. So you can hike, but you pack it in and you pack it out. There's no biking, there's no motorized vehicles. I think that we have to have a study. The point I'm making is that I'm a member of a committee, AF Vision Committee, as is Mayor Gary Gigi from Cedar Hills. I sit on that because American Fork gets a large amount of its drinking water from the American Fork Canyon drainage. Pleasant Grove, American Fork, Highland, and Lehigh get irrigation water that come from that drainage. The state of Utah is also impacted because much of the water that the developmental center gets comes through a claim with American Fork City that was finalized in 1920. And so water is an issue for American Fork City that I take personal interest in, and that's why I sit on that committee. But we went to MAG, Mountain Land Association of Governments, and asked for a grant to do some studies in American Fork Canyon. If you've been in American Fork Canyon twice a week, you can tell just how busy it is and how well used it is. It's at capacity now without any future growth. So we said, let's study this and see what we can do. Putting a 4-lane road up the canyon won't work because of the steepness of the canyon. You can't keep putting more and more traffic because there's no place to park. Even at Tibble Fork on a weekend, every parking stall is taken. Every stall at the cave camp. So you have to work with the Forest Service, you have to work with the National Park Service because Timpanogos Cave is a national park. And there are other groups, private groups. Homeowners at Tibble Fork and Silver Lake are involved. Private property owners further up. But what is the best use of American Fork Canyon? That's what American Fork Vision wanted to do. And all I want to see done is that Mountain Accord does not facilitate a land swap and make promises in Utah County where it's a group from Salt Lake County who's to gain for what they give away in Utah County. And so that's why I'm involved and ask that we put the brakes on this until the study's been made on what the future uses are and will be allowed in American Fork Canyon. And so I will state this, that we went to Snowbird and they donated money, as did MAG and some other private concerns, to host this study. And we hired a consultant named Logan Simpson, and they are in the process of being in the canyon every weekend and interviewing people and seeing what their vision is for the future. And we are studying traffic patterns and what potential and some of the liabilities will be as we continue to grow in Utah County and continue to use more and more of the canyon. It just doesn't impact American Fork Canyon. A lot of traffic comes over from the Provo Canyon side. Or in the wintertime, the snowmobiles come up from the Wasatch State Park side in Wasatch County. So there's a lot involved here, just more than what American Fork wants to protect its watershed. And so with that, let's talk about this resolution.